Hey, Lord of the Rings fans, it's your boy, the Bard of Arda.
This is the Voices of Art. Hey, Lord of the Rings fans. This is not New Better Do Better, but this is the Voices of Arda podcast. I will be your solo host today. I am KaliCosplay, welcoming another wonderful guest for an interview. We are especially feeling quite lucky to have this guest with us now and today after the year he had last year. Please introduce yourself, your name, and the name that you go by on social media.
Hello, Callie, and hello, everybody out there. My name is Tim DeMarco. I go by the Bard of Arda. That's Bardofarda on all social media platforms. I am a Lord of the Rings Tolkien content creator and a member of the Voices of Arda.
You are, and one of the
Sure
founding
am.
and organizing and producing members. You really have a lot of
Got my name
involvement
all
in
over this bad boy. I
this.
got
Yeah,
you can
you
hear my
do.
voice in every intro because I snuck my vocals into that recording track.
You did. So that piece that you just heard and that you'll hear at the end of this episode was done by none other than Bardo Farda.
That's Mr. Farda.
Mr. Farda to you, sir.
I remember when I was trying to come up with the new name, I brought it to you and I wanted the Bard of Arda, and you had suggested just Bard of Arda. And then you proceeded to call me Bardo Farda for the next 4 years. Thanks, Cal.
You're welcome. And I also write it on all your mail. All
Mm,
right, so before we get into your last year, your 2025 year was a year for you on the personal front.
hmm
A little bit more about your account. So, what would you say your Tolkien account is about, or what you like to focus on?
So, I really began just doing strictly like music, doing Lord of the Rings parodies, you know, talking about music from the movies or from Donald Swan stuff or anything music and Tolkien, and at the same time doing lore stuff, doing skits, doing whatever. I'm just trying to have some fun online. And more recently, I began reading sections from the books that I had found funny and using like the captions, like pictures from the book, like the pages themselves, and it done really well. And yeah, really just I've always been a theater guy, so it's just bringing performance. That's I want to say that's what my page is. I'm trying to perform my favorite thing for people around the world who might enjoy it.
The people around the world do enjoy it, Tim, that I can
Yeah,
tell you that much,
they
that it is
seem
a lot
to.
of fun. So Tim, 2025,
hmm
tell us about the year you had.
So it was, I mean, all in all, it was a great year.
For the most of the year. It is true. It is true. Up
For like
until
for like 11 full
11.
months. It was very nice. Um we got to see each other a lot. We I got married. Y'all came to the wedding. It was great. Um I got a new job. Our friend Peter got married. I got to go see that. Got to do all sorts of wonderful things. And then December 5th, I got hit. I was at a dead stop and somebody hit me at 50 plus miles per hour and I almost died. And yeah, I've it's been a long, wow, has it been 6 months now? 6 months
And
since that?
long and very
Yeah.
hard 6 months of recovery for you. I
My
know you
leg!
have been at
My leg!
it every single day. You've been doing your
hmm
physio and your exercises, and that's incredible.
Yeah.
Trying to get yourself back
Yeah, but
into,
here, I mean, I've been able to stand up and I can spin around and my
yeah,
leg it works. I still
works.
have a long road ahead of me and it still hurts a lot, but
Can you like
um
walk to get the mail
I can go
or,
walk to get the mail. I can,
yeah,
I can cook myself breakfast. I can get the kids ready for school. It's a lot,
okay.
It's one of the things is like I've learned to reuse my leg and I'm walking. Um, but I still need to build up my strength and things like that. And it's hard, but I have a lot to live for and to push forward for, and keep going. Put one foot in front of the other, however mangled it may be.
Our community has been very, I would say, instrumental. Of course, you have done the hard part of the recovery yourself, but if you have been following us for a while, this might not be news to you, because in December, of course, we had this incredible fundraising live
Hmm.
stream for Bard of Arda. And well, for me personally, it came at a very bad time, Tim, because I was not able to help you organize it. I was also in the hospital. I think we were trading
Hmm.
hospital
Yeah.
selfies at
Oh yeah.
that time. But gratefully, Andy from Tolkien with Friends and Nick were able to lead and organize the Father Christmas Letters live stream readings and giveaway.
Hmm.
So it was a whole day. We had a bunch of readers. Thank you to all the readers who participated in that live stream. And we had prizes that were donated. A special thank you to everyone who donated prizes. I'm hoping I have the whole list here. If I don't, please excuse me, and
Hmm.
I will make sure to catch you in the next one. But in alphabetical order, we have ABJ Glassworks, Alan Sisto from the Prancing Pony podcast, Andy from Tolkien with Friends, Bree, Don Marshall, Donato Giancola, Kaya K, Lehigh Valley Workshop, Maker Bakery, Mike, who goes by Irish Croat on TikTok, Mila, who is end of bag and also a member of Voices of Arda. You'll meet her soon. Pedro from the Middle Earth Companion, Shire Folk Tales, Tom Racine. We even got a Westmoot registration from the Westmoot people,
Hmm.
and Zachary Hyde. So, with all of those prizes, we were able to send out bundles, like a little
Oh
gift
yeah.
bundle, to 10 lucky winners. And we had so many donations of prizes, in fact, that we were able to also host a separate kind of fundraising auction, and get you a little bit more financial help for your recovery.
Yeah,
So,
and truly, I mean, also, our good friend Pete also donated to that. He gave the book that was autographed by Donato. The it had like a one of one illustration in it, and that's what got Donato to do it. When Pete had reached out about donating the book, Donato
oh,
sent
so
all those
that's how it
posters out.
happened.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yep.
Yeah, so of course
Yeah.
Pete Belmont was huge, huge
I
help
mean,
during all
the
of that
whole,
as
I mean,
well,
whether it was
obviously.
talking to me in the hospital, just keeping me company, you know what I mean, to all the things, all the videos he made, and I'm great, super grateful to Pete and to everybody else. Like Callie said, how much money was raised. It made it so to tell you where that money went. I wasn't with my new job long enough. So in America, Callie, you get to hear this nightmare story up there in Canada. Um, I didn't have enough time at my job to keep my insurance. So I had to pay what's called Cobra insurance, which is I get to keep my exact coverage, but at a really high rate. So I was it's almost $3,000 a month for my family to keep our insurance, which the huge fundraising, how much I was able to cover all the way up until this past month, just from the fundraising money alone. It was remarkable, and I couldn't have done it without you and without everybody who donated and read in the live streams and did so much work. And I'm incredibly grateful. And if moving forward, the what I do on here, which is just a small thing, I'm just trying to make people smile and laugh. I do it for you, and I will keep working hard to to show that your money went to a good place. And we're eternally grateful, my family and myself, and thank you so much.
Yeah, it was truly an incredible show up by the
Mhm.
community, and right around Christmas, so it brought everyone kind of together, and
Mhm.
we got to hang out and do our community thing too, but it also went to, it feels weird calling you a good cause, but
I appreciate it. It went to
but it was.
I have two small children at home, and they there wasn't a moment that we were worried about money or me not getting the care I needed. So absolutely, it was a good cause for the two of them.
Oh, wow. That's really amazing. Like
Hmm.
I'm emotional thinking about how much everyone came out and showed out for you. So,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you everyone so much. So that was Bard of Artists 2025. Ended on a bit of an exciting note, but
Hmm.
for 2026, sir, do you have any grand plans? I know you've been mostly recovering, and perhaps that will take the majority
Yeah.
of this year.
as much as I was super hopeful, I was like, look at all this time I'm gonna have to make content. It's very hard, just getting back into the swing of life. So I've tried to put out stuff and I've tried to be remain involved, whether it's making videos or helping out other people. But we did, myself and Belmont, we started. I mean, we've been trying to record videos and stuff. We have recorded videos with each other for forever now. And we decided we're going to make, I don't want to call it a podcast, even though it's being called a podcast. Um, but I just wanted to make like a YouTube channel or make videos that we could just kind of, hang out and talk to guests and have interviews, but also do like, whatever we kind of wanted to. I was trying to make something more of a visual medium. So we had our first episode of the Helm and Bow Lord of the Rings show, um, which was we had interviewed Ian from Geek Orthodox, um, great artist, great story, and we were able to well, I was able to put together something I'm pretty happy with, as far as like visually and having something a little engaging. But more or less, I want this. I need an outlet for the time I do have on my hands, and I can't guarantee it's going to happen today or tomorrow or the next day. But with the project we have, it's been a couple weeks since we put out the first episode. We have an interview we're doing tomorrow. We have lots of plans, like little hangout things that we're doing, and we're reaching out to people. And it's a less structured format than like a typical podcast, but at the same time, we're just two friends hanging out talking about Lord of the Rings, and it's a show. Ayo, come down to the show.
Spend some time with the boys, learn something, have a few laughs.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
New Better Do Better's not here. We can talk about Tom Bombadil.
I know. That's
Oh,
and you
hey,
know what else we
every
could do? You know what else we could do, Tim? We could tell the joke. Do you have any jokes? Do you want to tell the joke?
do I have a joke? Yeah, I heard one. I heard one recently.
All right.
Um, it's not really a joke. It's a bit of scientific news. Um, uh, Researchers have recently discovered that crows have been losing their ability to communicate.
Ooh.
It's a big thing. Scientists are still looking for the cause. I can picture Nubeta's face right now. Just. Do you have a joke for us? Do you have a joke for us, Cal?
I could tell you about the person who invented knock knock jokes.
Hmm.
They went on to win the Nobel Prize.
Ah.
Oh, don't we have fun? Now, the next question is a new better do better question, and it's a very good one. It's very thoughtful and I think evokes some very interesting answers on sort of who you are. So,
Okay.
we all know about the Ainulindale, the music of the Ainur that started that and created and shaped the world of Barda.
There
Now,
was Eru, the one.
if you were a part of that song, what theme would you weave into? What would
Ooh.
be Bard of Arda's
Ooh.
contribution?
Hmm. I don't want to say like peace and comfort because it's not that. It's like the ability to be. You know what I mean? Like to just exist in the world and the think about like a stone dropping in water, right? So we got Ulmo, we got Aule, stone dropping in water. The peace that comes when the water settles, that's the Bard of Arda's part of the song.
Ooh,
How's that for an answer?
that's beautiful.
Yeah. I think that I outdid myself with that answer.
Excellent answer. Definitely. At the end of 2026, we will have the new season of Rings of Power. We know that
hmm
now officially. And then there's other movies and so many other things in the works right now.
hmm
A Gollum something, not the Gollum
That's
game
good.
that we don't talk about
No,
that, but the
a Gollum
movie,
something.
Gollum movie,
There it is.
and and some other games. Do you have any hopes or dreams for
Well,
what you'd like to see in these?
I've been told that I shouldn't be excited for any of them, and they're all going to be trash. So,
Oh,
I'm very excited for Rings of Power season three. I think this is really a make or break season for me. I think
okay.
they're trending up, but now we're getting to a point where, um, they're getting to establish lore stuff where it's like we know
Okay.
what's going to happen over the next or should happen in the next couple seasons. They had the grace of like inventing a lot of the story in the first two seasons, where it's like if you
Okay.
didn't like what
Hmm.
it wasn't like, oh, they're doing the story bad. They just, that was their choices. I do love a lot of the created things, original characters, specifically Arondir is phenomenal. But they're getting to a point where we know what's going to happen over the next few seasons, so it's like it could be a make or break thing where it's like if we know what's coming and they don't deliver, people are going to start getting upset. But I think that the cast is great. I think that, um, like I said, there are original characters that are good. I'm not a huge fan of the Hobbit storyline, but I love our hobbits. They're very good. They're very hobbity. Just
Hmm.
like Arondir is the most elvish elf to ever elf. I'm very hopeful. Fingers crossed. Charlie Vickers is just so phenomenal as Sauron that it's like even if the show sucked, he would be so good that we could just watch the highlight reel of Sauron. You could already do that for seasons one and two. But I'm most excited about Shadow of the Past, the Stephen Colbert and Son written, fronted, helmed story about the missing chapters from the Fellowship of the Ring movie. I am over the hills and far away about this. This is my most excited. I like not only is sure Tom Bombadil and the Barrow Downs and Farmer Maggot, the parts of the stories that I love. Fellowship Book One is my favorite of all of the six books of the Lord of the Rings. A lot of great characters. I love the Shire. I love hobbits. I love Tom Bombadil. But Stephen Colbert, I've loved since I was a kid as well, since he was on The Daily Show and The Colbert Report. And I think he's funny. I think he's a phenomenal writer. He is an experienced comedian and writer. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's a Second City guy, but he's a comedy writer. He's made me laugh since I was a kid, not without Lord of the Rings. I am almost positive that that's how he wants to portray it. Like I have a vision in my head, and his humor is so aligned with mine that I'm like, he's gonna do this, 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 and this, and it's gonna be a funny like romp of a movie that is faithful to the lore because he's super into the lore. He's a lore guy. He wants to talk
Okay.
about the Silmarillion. You know what I mean? He wants to talk about the parts missing from the books. So we have a lore guy. It's going to be lore accurate. He's a comedy writer. It's going to be funny. Um, it's going to be in the world of Peter Jackson's movies in the PJ universe. So there's a chance that we get Sean Astin and Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan basically telling their kids the stories of what really happened. Like the way I picture it is Eleanor is
Ooh.
like, Dad, I made a TikTok about this. Dad, I don't remember this part. And they're going back and telling it. And then Pippin will be like, oh no, that's not what I remember. And you can make like these jokes and like it has so much potential to be this funny movie that it scratches all the itch for lore fans. We get our Farmer Maggot, who's also very funny. The Hobbits are hilarious. Tom's funny. And we also get the drama with the Barrow Downs and with the Black Riders chasing them. It has the
Mm.
potential to be my favorite adaptation. Like it's going to be hard to beat the Fellowship of the Ring and the Hobbit, Rankin Bass, which are my number one and two. But
Uh-huh.
like it could be right up there. Callie, please give me if they give me this movie, oh my God, because like I said, and I always say, Tolkien should be fun. It is fun. And if you give us a comedy, I picture like coming this summer with like fart noises and stuff. I can see it. And it's not, and it wouldn't be like, why? This is Lord. It's the Hobbits. The Hobbits are supposed to be a fun romp, good time. Sam doing keg stands before they leave Bag End. Them all getting mad. They won't stop for the best beer in the East Farthing. Like this. It is a comedy. Please, so excited. He needs it, my precious.
That was an incredibly inspiring take on it, Tim. My excitement is renewed
I
for
I hope so. I hope everyone
for
gets
it.
like that because he got grief, man. He like had to go out and like make a statement about how people are upset about this, and it's like of all the things, like, come on, you heard my spiel. Clip it up, post it online, tag Stephen Colbert.
I
Let's
will.
get it. I want it. I needs it. Steve, I live in New Jersey. So let's hook up.
Well, maybe he'll need a song or a skit
Hey,
or have a question or need a joke from the Bard of Arda. And he is right here, Stephen, for your brain picking and
give me a call.
consultation. Right there. He can't run away either. So so we're all here because obviously everyone likes Lord of the Rings and that's a given. But we all have other interests and you must have other interests, Tim, Bard of Arda. Will you share one of those many interests with us?
Currently, I am obsessed with The Cosmere by Brandon Sanderson. It is,
I wonder who got you into
um,
that.
I wonder. My name is Jeff.
Oh, I know an interest that you have.
Hmm.
You like to play with pieces of cardboard.
Perhaps the same piece of cardboard that are gonna have The Hobbit on it in just a few months.
Yeah.
Hit me up for a sponsorship. The Hobbit Lord of the Rings set comes out this fall. It's gonna be a smaller set, but I'm excited to be able to play with all the different dwarves and like Beorn and um have
Ooh,
like
that's
those
right.
those are the kind of things that I get excited about. There was a lot of things missing from the Lord of the Rings set. I was like, you could have done
Okay.
this, you could have done this. Hopefully they make up for it with my Hobbity cards.
When you said Beorn, though, I just had this image of the circle of dancing bears. Like, is that? I know we've had
Hmm.
previews of a lot of the cards, and I'm probably too late to get that suggestion in. But if there was a circle of dancing bears card in The Hobbit, Magic the Gathering, that would make me very happy.
The artists for these cards are phenomenal. A lot of the choices they made are are great. Like the few issues that I've had with the artwork is one, there's like uh plagiarism going on right now, which is a really weird thing going on
Oh,
with
the
the Lord
One
of the Rings
Ring
cards.
thing.
The One Ring plagiarism. Our friend and fellow member of Voices of Arda was involved in the production of the Hobbit Magic the Gathering set, the wonderful Ex Libris Miranda. Um, and I don't know how much or how much even she can talk about it, but she has announced it, so I can say that. She done it in a public setting. Um, when we were at the Airbnb, Miranda watched us play Lord of the Ring magic cards, didn't say a word.
Wow.
Didn't drop a hint. Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, your girl did not break her NDA.
So we will have to hear definitely from Miranda on that when we do her interview. That
For
will be
sure.
very exciting to find out what she can tell us. Last question for you here, Tim. Do you have any lessons or have any advice for all other Tolkien creators?
Don't drive on Route 9 in
Okay,
Bayville, New Jersey.
we'll do it.
Don't do it because they be hitting you out there. They be doing it. And it's hard to make Tolkien content when you're being rushed to the hospital. Um, real advice for a Tolkien content creator. The main one that I feel like is the big one that keeps people from doing this. Um, like going into content is hard. You're under a microscope. People, the commenters can be brutal, and you get worried about like getting information right if you're doing lore stuff. Even if you're not doing lore stuff, just talking about Lord of the Rings, people get mad about pronunciations, and I feel like the fear of like what other people are gonna say keeps so many people out of content creation. There's so many wonderful voices that we're missing from the community that we hear from time to time, whether when they feel safer. Like in places like in our Discord, Voices of Arda, or like on live streams or like hangouts. There's so many wonderful voices that are being silenced by the fear of what are other people gonna say to me or think about me, or am I gonna sound stupid? Going into this, I wasn't worried about my lore stuff because I'm very confident in, my knowledge. So it's like I was able to get past that and just start doing it. And then you realize it doesn't matter how much you know, people are always going to comment and always going to say you're wrong. People can be mean. People do this. Also the fear of like there's so many other creators, and like there's people like that you might think like, oh, they know more than me or they're more talented than me. And it's like this place, from my experience, our Tolkien communities are so supportive. My advice would be don't, first and foremost, don't be scared of the Tolkien content creators. We want to help. We want to see your videos. We want to hear your voice. And definitely don't be worried about what other people are going to say because it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to say it. It's
That's
like
true.
it's the truth. Just go out, have fun. There's a reason that you love Lord of the Rings. And if you can get those words onto a page, onto an audio file, onto a screen, there will be people who will appreciate it. I guarantee you. There also my I should have been my number one bit of advice because it's way more important. Don't beat yourself up. Put out the first take. Okay? Like you can sit there over and record yourself over and over and over again. And it's like somebody who I spent a lot of time editing music videos and recordings. And it's like there are times where you spend hours upon hours upon hours and you don't get any views, like the algorithm just doesn't push you out. Or you re-record yourself 15 times and the first take was the best one. Just just put it out. Please. If you've learned anything from my mistakes, don't spend an hour recording a 15-second thing. Start from the top, right? My advice for new creators, don't be afraid what other people are going to think about what you're doing because people are going to talk smack no matter what, and you will be supported by the community. We have your back. And if all you got to do is ask for help, and there will be 100 people around you. And also, don't spend too much time. Put out the first take. It's always more genuine. It's always better than wasting 2 hours of your life.
Thank you, Tim. Those are two really excellent points that I would like to leave this podcast off on. That is, so everyone can think about that and think
Hmm.
about their content and how they would like to express their love of Tolkien within our community. When you mentioned people feeling safe, I think that is a big thing for us, definitely. Like
Hmm.
we definitely want to be a group that makes you feel safe to come out and show yourself. So please
Hmm.
do.
Absolutely. And if it wasn't for people specifically like you, Callie, it's like I would have left a lot on the table just because like I was worried about things or like not feeling that inclusivity, which is like you have set a nice stage for people. You and other people like Katie Roack, from the Pantsing
Hmm.
Pony Squad. Um, People like you are the pillars of this community that allow people like me and the new creator to feel that comfortability to start doing this. And it's all you got to do is take the first step. And
Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we will see you again next week with another interview with a member of Voices of Arda. Bye.
there you go.